Teaching in our mathematics classroom is mostly concerned with information. Facts are piled upon facts, and little, if any, time is spent on teaching the basic techniques of thinking. Teachers assume that the highly intelligent learner in the classroom is automatically a good thinker, as opposed to the learner with a lesser intelligence. Intelligence, however, is a potential that will only be utilized fully if we teach all the learners in our classroom the skills of thinking. Education is preparation for life, and the skills we teach our learners must have usefulness to the real world, especially on leaving school. The relationship between intelligence and thinking, according to De Bono, is like that between a car and the driver of a car. An expensive, powerful car may be driven badly, and a less powerful car may be driven exceptionally well. The power of the car is the potential of the car, just as intelligence is the potential of the mind. The skill of the driver determines how the power of the car is used. Therefore, your learners' thinking skills will ultimately determine how they make full use of their intelligence. Thinking can be defined as an operating skill with which intelligence acts upon experience. Many highly intelligent people often take up a view on a subject and then use their intelligence to defend that view. Since they can defend the view very well, they never see the need to explore the subject or listen to alternative views. According to De Bono, this is regarded as poor thinking and is part of what he calls the intelligence trap. Let's think about what we have learned from our analogy by studying the following. Let's think about what we have learned from our analogy by studying the following diagram that shows us how one learner in your problem-solving classroom can see the situation and immediately judge it. Another learner will see the situation and then proceed to explore it before making a judgment. The highly intelligent learner may see and judge the situation very well, but if the exploring is absent, we have an example of bad thinking. Highly intelligent learners are usually good at solving problems where all the pieces of the puzzle are given. They are, however, less good at solving problems that require them to find the pieces and assess the value of those pieces. Mathematics teachers must give all the learners in the classroom an opportunity to explore and develop creative thinking skills. Mathematics teachers must give all the learners in the classroom an opportunity to explore and develop creative thinking skills. Teachers are inclined to have a higher regard for and put more emphasis on cleverness in the classroom. We also do not expect any of our learners to be as wise as we incorrectly believe that wisdom can only come with age and experience. Cleverness, according to De Bono, can be compared to a sharp focus camera lens and wisdom to a wide-angled camera lens. Wisdom, just as thinking, can be taught, as it depends heavily on our perceptions. If we want our learners to be considered wise, we must teach them to understand perception rather than just rely on logic. With regards to perception, traditional thinking also assumes that if we can do difficult things, we can also do things that may be less difficult. This perception is faulty and is not supported in the real world. As teachers, we have a tendency to put far too much emphasis on critical thinking, argument, analysis, and logic, and not enough on the thinking we want to develop in our learners. Creative thinking. Creative thinking is not natural to our brains, as the purpose of our brains is to allow experience to organize itself as patterns, and then to use these existing patterns. If we want our learners to be creative when solving problems, we will need to develop specific thinking techniques, commonly referred to as thinking out of the box, lateral thinking.